History Studios. You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
That's what she said.
Oh.
That was our reaction first.
Okay.
It's loud.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotta turn it down. Okay, now we're gonna do this. All right, are we ready? Like a real one. Okay. First of all, Matt,
Yeah.
do I sound like I'm talking through a tunnel?
No, that's just the room that you can hear through the headphones. You sound great over here.
Okay, good. Because to me, I sound like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it drives me nuts. I got to figure out I think it's because I need to put more foam on the wall behind you.
Gotcha. Okay. Here we go.
From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
That's what she said.
Welcome to That's What She Said, the show where we discuss the lives of the women of Gettysburg. I'm Bethany Yingling.
And I'm Veronica Brostensky.
And we are here in our first show with our intro and our first digital show. It's a show of firsts.
It is a show first, what I would like to generically call a bonus show, really, for all
Bonus show.
kinds of reasons. But yeah, this is officially the first time we were hearing the newly recorded intro by Amy. Thank you, Amy, and of
Yay,
course Steve
Amy.
Carell there. So giving us the the official
He's
welcome.
a personal
That's what
friend
she
of
said.
ours.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
We call him Stevie. Yeah.
Bethany, how have you been?
Oh, it has been a whirlwind couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good or like tornado?
Tornado.
Okay, all right.
A tornado.
I hope things settle down then here in the near future for you.
Yeah, well, hopefully I can sleep again. Sleeping would be nice. So if I fall asleep later today at the end of this when we're re-listening to things and I'm sitting here sleeping, it wasn't because I'm bored, it's because I'm exhausted.
Fair enough.
Too much going
appreciate the
on. We
warning,
need
yeah.
to
So your little
Take a
man
break.
is getting ready for school officially, right?
yes, and that's part of my problem.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah. He's super cute. He went and met his teacher. He's having the time of his life. He does not care about mom's feelings right now. Yeah, it's okay. I'll get over it.
Yeah.
So today, as Veronica said, we have a little bit of a bonus episode, to be perfectly frank, because this is not about one specific woman, but about just women during the Civil War, with our special guest, Lisa Samia, and she is the author of Nameless, Faceless Women of the Civil War. She was an artist in residence here in Gettysburg in 2020 and in Manassas in 2021. And super cool because she kind of gave us a preview before we started of a future book. She is an author and speaker on John Wilkes Booth and his sister, Asia Booth Clark, who I am not super familiar with, so spoiler alert for maybe a future episode.
Right, exactly. And another book purchase. Thanks a lot, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks for that. You gotta keep remembering that we're poor here.
So Lisa, welcome and thank you so much. I know we've had a little bit of a turbulent history getting you on here. There's been on our end, not on yours, on our end there was a little mishap a couple months ago when we tried to have you in. And I'm sorry, Matt was distracting me just a little bit because he was putting something up to the glass window and I wasn't sure what he was doing.
I'm just doing a video
okay.
of you guys recording.
Oh,
okay.
Just
Marking that.
Ignore that. Ignore me.
So anyway, we are super excited to have you on, and obviously,
Me too.
Lisa, we want to ask you to give us a little bit more. I know The Nameless and the Faceless is actually a series now of 3 books. Is that correct?
That is correct. And thank you everyone for having me today. I'm very, very excited to bring forth the voices of many of the unknown women and soldiers and a lot of the lost and unknown of the Civil War to everyone here today. Yes, I do have a series. The first book was called The Nameless and the Faceless of the Civil War. The second book, which we're discussing today, is The Nameless and Faceless Women of the Civil War. And my most recent book, which came out in May of this year, is The Nameless and Faceless of the Civil War, Gettysburg, Manassas, and more. And you will notice the 2 cities in the book is Gettysburg and Manassas. Those were instrumental, obviously, in my artist in residency programs, and so inspired me to put the poems, from those residencies into the book. And the "and more" was just various and other instances of the Civil War, some voices we know, some voices we did not know instances, and that kind of rounded out the and more portion. All 3 books, 28 poems, all my own, and 28 historical Civil War essays, meaning the poem is the rhyme and narrative of someone unknown in the Civil War, and the essay is the corresponding historical Civil War event. In other words, what happened was the Nameless and Faceless is exactly what it sounds like. I mean, have you ever walked so many of our Civil War battlefields, and how do you recollect in your mind's eye so many headstones unknown?
Yeah.
So these individuals still have, I was not able to give them a name and a face, of course not. But in my imagination of what they may have been going through during a Civil War event, I gave them a voice.
So Lisa, can let's start at the very beginning, because I'm really fascinated about this residence, or artist in residence, I'm sorry.
Super jealous of you, BTW.
Yeah. So I'm actually not. I'm fascinated by it, but I'm not jealous because I have not an artistic bone in my
I'm
body.
not saying, can you become an artist in residence without talent? That's what I want to know.
Well, I was looking for a venue for my work and to be recognized, and to, these artist in residence programs, there's several. I'm specific to applying to ones that are specific, obviously, to the Civil War. So it's Manassas, Gettysburg, Harper's Ferry, Shenandoah, places like that. And I was fortunate in September of 2020 through the National Parks Arts Foundation, working with the National Park Service, to obtain the residency September 2020 for my poetry. And unfortunately, ladies, September 2020, we think of the number 2020, we know what that means. Yes, it was COVID. About 3 weeks before I was getting ready to move to Gettysburg, they said I couldn't come. And so what did that mean, though? It meant I still earned the credential, but I was not able to actually physically live on the battlefield. I was devastated, just so you all understand. I cried for a month. Oh. And then once I kind of got, over that, in the sense, well, what am I going to do? It was, COVID. They were going to try to restart the program, and I'm like, okay, but it didn't stop me. I knew I had more. And so I applied to Manassas, and they approved me for the fall of 2021. And I moved there and lived on the battlefield for almost a month. Now, in terms of the inspiration subsequent to the September 2020 event where I was not able to live, it did not stop me from coming to Gettysburg and to be thinking of what I would have been doing had I been able to live on the battlefield. So I just concentrated on that, and that's how I came up with X amount of poems for this third book. So for the third book, yeah.
I guess that's the question. When you apply, or when any artist applies, do you already have a body of work that you're submitting and you kind of get selected based on your work, or is it can be just exclusive? So, okay, I guess in my mind I had it more envisioned like, this is what I want to do and I need to live on the
applying
battlefield.
for a grant almost.
Yeah, to get the inspiration of being here. I wasn't sure how.
Well, it may be a combination of both, but they do ask for your CV or a link to your work, or you write your narrative. And before I was chosen, obviously, for Gettysburg, I had some poems written. I had The Nameless and Faceless that came out, the first book. I used some of that material, but I really actually do think it's a combination of both. So you're both correct, because who was I before I was able to obtain?
I got to put a chair together, so I need my phone back. Thanks for listening. Go to patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. If you want to hear this episode and all the other That's What She Said's before a year, before everybody else. Have a good day.